Hello, today's lesson is the continue of using of the pastel as our medium, and we're gonna use of another technique. In the first one we use a very realistic one, and this one is more impressionism style. What is impressionism is that you're not making the details of everything. The most important is the lights and the forms that you see. Then it's look like that you make your eyes blurry and look at everything. The picture that I have it here is that picture, and we're not gonna use of the exactly making what we have here. We rearrange it and making some different, inspiration of these pictures. So I ask you to have a pastel paper, the colored one, and this is the colored one. Most of times you have one side of this that has less texture and one side of this that has more texture. I want to use of the part that it has a texture. Try first with your pastel in both sides of this and see what effect of the texture or no texture you like more. We're gonna start with the top to bottom, and we're gonna start with the back to foreground. Then the things that we see here, we're gonna start with the whatever that we see first, that it's poppies and flowers. We're gonna make it in the end, but we're gonna have a picture, a drawing of everything. You remember the last drawing was very precise with the details, but this one, okay, I'm using of the any color you can use. You can use that one, or let's go with the this color, or any other colors again you can use. Okay, I changed my mind. I want to use of the purple. But okay, when you're making, this is my puppy, you see that how easily I make the drawing. Don't make them in the same size or in the same level, okay? Coming with the different variety of shapes and the level of them. I don't want to make everything that I see here, but some of them, it's that I like it more, I'm gonna make it. I think I have to have one here. We have some bushes here, and we have some here too, and this part is more long. So the other things that I have here, it's this yellowish, I'm sorry, pinkish, purplish colors of the flower. So that's the drawing, that's it. Then I'm gonna start with the making the lawn here. You don't use of a very bright green. The green that we are using has to be more mute colors, because the lighter and the more bright colors has to be in the foreground. I'm using of this, and this is pretty bright for that part, but because my paper is green and it's a darker green, it's gonna work very good for me. I don't need to make effort to make everything green. I'm gonna just coming the pressure that you're putting, the direction, everything has to show a variety of the green here. Don't make everywhere with the same pressure. Okay, then this is gonna be very, the color that I'm using, it's not very bright, but still I want to come with a blue on top of this and making it a little, just blend this green to the very lightly. I'm not pushing it hard to make it a little mute. and more in the distance. Okay, so then we have this part that it's the bushes. We are not gonna make everything again in the realistic manner, but important part is seeing dark and light. Okay, then I'm looking after this one and see first we have darkness, then I force the dark on this, then we're gonna bring some lighter area on this. For the darker, I'm choosing the dark blue. I think it's not dark enough. Let me see that what blue that I have to. Okay, it's almost the same, but okay, I'm gonna come with this darker blue for the first layer of this to make it for the darker area, and I'm gonna continue the darkness around the poppies a little here. You see that I push it less and I have less darkness here, and in this part again I'm making the darker area that first we have the shadows. And just a little more on that. So what about the part that we have the grasses or the dirt? You know that before we have the green things on this, it's a dirt. Then I want to make the color of dirt first on this, then I'm coming with the green on this. For the make it with the color of dirt, okay, yellow ochre is a good color. Orange is another option that we have, and we're not making it with the brown, okay, and we are making mostly with the brighter colors. Then we're gonna mute it down. Then I'm gonna come, and I wish I had a tape. It's moving too much, but okay. Mostly using of the side of your pastel. If it's too large, okay, you can break it. Okay, I'm coming with this one, and for that parts that we have more green, then I'm coming with the green, and I'm using of the olive green again on top of this. Then maybe some things like that. Then I'm not covering all the orange. You know, I still can see the orange, and okay. On top of the blue in this area, I'm coming with a little of green. Then this is gonna be the first layer that I'm putting for everything but the poppy. For the poppies and for the pink violet colors, we are using of the darkest color that you see here. The darkest color that I see in the this one is the bottom part of this, that it's even closer to the black, but don't use of black. Don't bring the black here. I'm using of the dark purple. Okay, I want a larger stick of this. You see how easily I'm making the shapes, not very precise ones. And maybe I want a smaller one here. And maybe one here. You see, after I'm doing it, I'm looking of this and see where I need more. I don't want too much, but I want to have a good wave of my flower here. For these ones, I'm gonna use of violet purple. You can use your colors. You can use of alizarin red or something else, but okay, I don't want to use the same that I used here. That's why that you can see that how I'm using of my pastel, and remember that they don't getting very the same direction. You know, we have more where else? Maybe one here. Okay, and I see that I forget to have the one here. Okay, I don't like these two like that on top of each other. Then I'm gonna back with my green and I'm gonna cover it, and there can be, I like it more. Then again, look at your composition and see if you like it or you don't. Then I will back with the bushes that we have. We need more green on this. We know that the shape is like okay, this is too light. I'm using up a darker green. If you don't have a darker green, then using of the blue and use of the yellow on top of this, use of the ochre yellow. So I'm coming and making some strokes here and there, but I'm showing some, you know, sharper tip for that ones. And I'm looking of this, you see that they are separated from each other. They're not having a good connections. I'm gonna come back with my blue on these parts, make it a little darker, and then I'm coming with the again green on top of this and making some connection between them, you know, then showing the they are have a unity. Okay, and more, some more here. Okay, the same things I'm gonna do here first with the darker green. I'm gonna come back with the more darkness, some part of this, and this blue is a lighter blue that I use. I'm gonna back with the darker that I have and making again some shape that it's just they call it impressionism because it was the impression of the form, and actually it was because of the one journalist wanted to make fun of them and call the impression of the painting, but they like it because they wanted to make an impression of the lights, not just everything's realistic. Okay, I found a darker green. I'm coming with the darker green on top of this, and connection between them is important. Then you're coming with the dark and connect everything together. I'm coming with the dark and connecting again on top of the blue, them together. And then a little of the lighter green, and just in some part of this. For me, the light coming from the top part. Then most of the part that I want to make it a little lighter, I'm making the lighter part from the top, and bottom it's gonna be more dark. You have to decide that when you have to stop working on the part of this, because as much as you can add to it, it's gonna be more beautiful. But I don't have a luxury time. You can continue working on this. So now is that we are looking at this area. We want to add the more green in this part, and the green that I'm using this part is a little lighter. Some part of the, around my hobbies and make them more light. Then when I want to look at the last result, I will have more contrast around them. So now I back to the blue that I used here for making some darkness here for the green things, green leaves and everything that we have here. I'm gonna to make a darker area here. Just a mimic of all the leaves and things that we have. Make it like a gesture drawing. And so I'm gonna work a little more with the green part, and for the green part I'm using of the two green, dark green and light green. For the dark green I'm gonna come on the shape that we have, and first the bottom part is mostly darker. Okay, then I don't know if you see the bottom part yet or not, but this part is gonna be mostly darker green because we have a lot of the shadow here. And then you're coming, you see that I'm using of the gesture of leaves here. A little more darker, and this is gonna be the part that we have more leaves here, but this part needs a little more too. Then from the everywhere that it's your base, it's a thicker, and everywhere that you're coming in the top, it's gonna make it thinner line like that. Okay, we're gonna back to our you see, I cannot stop it. I have to stop it because it's just a tutorial, and you can, you know, continue with adding. I know that I need more, you know, the shape here. I know that I want to have more, you know, coming with the shapes here, but because it's just a tutorial and you can do it yourself. And so now I'm gonna look at my flowers. This part, before I go to the flowers, this part I think we need a little more of the dirt color. Then I'm gonna come with the orange that I had. It's not a very bright orange, but it can come and blend it with the color of the green here. Then the green is getting some, you know, connection to the dirt. For the same things here that you're coming and making a little dirt here. And for the bottom part of this, we need a shadow. And change the direction of your hands to make this shadow. Okay. Then again come with your orange on top of this and make it more blending with the shadow. So now we are gonna come back to our poppies. For the poppies, the darkest color that we had was this purple color. Okay, I'm gonna come one more time with this purple in the bottom part. I want to make it really dark purple in the bottom. Okay, now we are coming with the three kind of the red, from darker red to a brighter and lighter red. Okay, I have this, that one. I'm looking for something between these two. Maybe that is a bit better. If you don't have it, that one, use of the orange. Change your colors with whatever that you have. that I'm covering everything, so you just might see a little of the bottom part. From the top to the bottom. Want to make one of them like that, or you see that it can come with the just some variety of the shape. Then I'm coming with the lighter one. I'm not coming until the end. Again, I'm gonna put some place for the darker area. Then the second one is that you see, I want to say that this is the center of this, and I'm seeing something set from the center. Then this is okay. The next color that I'm using is a brighter color. You can use of the even the orange. Okay, this is the effect that I'm using for the orange. My orange is more peachy, this orange, but I like this brighter. And again, I'm using in the not even less going to the bottom part. This is the effect of light. Then I'm not gonna do it everywhere. You know, some in the top part, but don't come until the center of the flower. Some part of this, because this is the light and I want to show a little more light on top of this. I'm not gonna do this one. I want it to be a little darker. Then I'm okay. Then this is so far what we have, and right now I can define the shape, not define it, but for example, I want here to show that I'm seeing a little of the inside of this, or here that I can see a little of inside, or that one. Let's just make it face us and making another one for this, then I can see inside of this. Then the part that I'm adding some line of darks in some places. If you think that you want to more, don't outline it, just coming with some sense of the dark that, for example, here can show me that we have a shadow here, but mostly just the part that we see the center of this. I put it too much, then I have to back with the brighter and make it like we have it here. And yeah, this is the part now that I want to use a little black in some, not everywhere, but some part of this. That's it. I don't want more black. Then I'm looking up the these pinky purplish colors that I have. I'm gonna make it with the one here. And maybe one here. Okay, I think it's good. And so now I want to make it more pinkish in some area. I don't have a pink. I use of the violet, and I'm coming with the white in some part of this again. You see that I'm using of the different direction for the light on this. Don't go with this same like that, it's not good. Okay, change it in the different. Again, you can continue and do it better than me. Just I don't have that luxury time to continue with this one. And now is I want to add some grass on top of this. Okay, first of all, don't make it like that. Your lines has to be broken lines. Okay, and it's make more sense if you're coming with some kind of, okay, and even covering the color that I'm using for that should be different from the others, but some of them even I overlap with the flowers. I don't like this overlapping. It's look like that. Okay, I don't want to have the overlapping here. I think it's behind that one, but this one can come at, yeah. Then adding more of this, you know, coming with the adding more. As you're going up, make it fade it out. Don't make them like cutting like this one. It's not gonna be, I hate it. Okay, just fade out and break your lines and adding more. Continue like that. I'm pretty sure that we can continue and make it more interesting. For example, I believe I want a little more darkness here. Then I'm coming with the blue this time. Don't limit yourself with the colors. I want to have a little more darkness here. And then back with my bright and adding more bright on top of this. Okay, then each of them that you're making is pen for that, or making some of these. Remember, in the bottom part, all of them has to get blend to each other. Then after you're doing it, coming and make it some kind of blending with a green part, and you can even come in with some darker green, and yeah, make it different kind of the green here. Okay, it's again, it's not complete, but this is that you're gonna continue until you see that this is just good and you don't want to change it anymore. Thank you guys. Bye for now.